What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Train, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got my guy Chris on the screen. Chris, what's good with you, baby? How's everything, man?
What's good with you, baby? How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Can't complain, can't complain. Listen, let's get right on into it. As y'all can see, we're going to talk about the WNBA today. It's not just because I'm wearing this sweatshirt. I actually like this sweatshirt, but there's a lot of things that's been going on in the WNBA.
A
So I
lot.
think it's fair to start it off with the Eastern Conference. Or did you want to start off with the West particularly?
We can do these.
We can do the East. All right, let's go ahead and do the East right fast. But it's a two-parter though. Okay, so we'll start off with the Eastern Conference and we'll talk about our X factors per team. And then after that, we'll go to the Western Conference and we'll talk about the worst players on their teams. Not playing. We're just gonna talk about the X factors again. We're gonna keep it consistent. All right, so let's start off with the Atlanta Dream. Who's your X factor for the Atlanta Dream? They got a lot of talent, Chris. Who's your X factor?
Tina. Tina, Tina Charles.
You got Tina. What's your X factor? What's your reason for making her the X factor? Because I can't hold you. I like you did say Ryan at one point in time. What makes you change it from Ryan to Tina?
Because you bought it. Because you said something is it does not have to be like a star player. Like it want to be like player that is good, but it can be like mixing a bunch. The the main reason why I say Tina is how much she got left in the tank is one. Number two, can she mentor the two young bigs that is there? And number three, can she be a leader, and show Ryan how to really make a team go from a playing type of team to a team that can like really can do some damage not only in regular season but also in the playoffs.
Okay, so she's going to help out with that with that mentorship for Ryan. I like that. I think somebody who's an X factor for me on this team. I said it last year. I think I'm gonna say it again. It's got to be Alicia. I'm sorry, not Alicia Gray. Haley Jones, because she is still a big guard. I like Jordan Canada on the team.
Mhm.
With this lineup, with this team, I think maybe Haley Jones is like she might not be suited to run the program. And when I say run the program, I mean the point guard slot.
Mhm.
But maybe she is. Last year she came on strong towards the halfway mark. I thought she was doing a lot better, especially towards the beginning. So for me, I'm gonna say that if I said it one last year, I'm gonna say it again. If they can run Haley Jones at the one, you can have now Alicia Gray, Ryan Howard at the 2 and 3, and they're versatile two-way wings, and they're elite. They're elite. So I think that's the bread and butter for them, the X factor. But shout out to Jordan Canada because she came from our Sparks, and I think she can make some noise too. So maybe that's another X factor as well. I'm not mad at Tina Charles too though, but I would say I would say yeah Haley for me. But yeah, Tina's a good one. Tina's a good one. Now we're gonna go on down from the Atlanta Dream though. We're gonna talk about Chicago Scott. Chris, who do you have? And matter of fact, I'll even go first this time since you went first last time on the X Factor. When I'm looking here at the list, oh, it's tough until I see the name Isabel Harrison. Like Isabel was injured last year.
Mhm.
She was supposed to be that double digit, that double forward for them. And losing her at the beginning of the season, I feel like
Was
hurt.
tough.
Yeah, that hurt. That kind of hurt the cut the sales from the of the sky. So I think now getting her back, you can actually make a little bit of noise potentially. But I don't expect much out of this Sky team either. But they did surprise me last season. Who is your X factor for this season?
Same thing with you.
You got Isabel as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. So since we got the same person, then I would like to say, do you have a runner up for your X factor?
See, like I have not studied the.
Say no more. Say no more. I get you. I get you. I get you. Um, I would say if there's an X factor on this team, I do like Michaela Anuare. I do like her.
Okay.
If she can, because I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong. She did come from the Mercury, correct?
I think she is.
Yeah. So going to that Phoenix Mercury team, I swear I saw her improve. She looked physically better.
Hmm.
She looked physically more capable at handling the competition. So for me, I think that is a runner up as well because again, we mentioned Isabel went down. You now have a quality player to help out. Elizabeth Williams did pretty well last year. Not enough to like man or woman down the fort, which that's no knock towards her at all. It's just tough to do that. Like Asia Wilson is the person who can do that. How many Asia Wilsons we got? You know what I'm saying?
Not that many.
So like I was one. So like it's kind of tough to do that. I'm not saying she's the only one. Shout out to Brittany Griner. You know what I'm saying? There's other women out there, but I'm just saying there's only one of the, it's very tough to do that. Okay. So, but again, that's the Chicago. I mean, that's the Chicago Sky. We got to go down to the Connecticut Sun. We got to go to the Connecticut Sun, bro. Who's your X factor on the squad? Who's your X factor on the squad?
Mm, mm. Damn, that's tough.
Do you need to list them?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. All right. So who you got on your squad? Who on
Brianna.
this? Brianna.
Brianna.
What makes Brianna Jones your X factor? Because this sounds a little. Well, I'm gonna let you say it. What makes Brianna Jones your X factor?
Mm. I want to see more of a consistent leader production with this with the Sun, because in the East is New York and everybody else. Connecticut has the talent to challenge New York in in the East. It's literally just going to be dependent on how Connecticut is going to use their rotation and their bench. But I really want to see more consensus from Brianna. More more consensus.
Okay, so I hear you, right? I also think too when you say consistency, I think that's a bit unfair. One, she just got vaulted into like thrown into the leadership role last year. I want to say because when you lose John Quell, and you can argue even the season before that because you can say maybe John Quell wasn't the leader of the team vocally or whatever the case may be. She just might have been one of the better players. I think she was enough of a leader on that team. I think Alyssa Thomas was there as well to help out. You got Dewana Bonner. So it's not like they were missing leadership. So I do want to see her kind of eventually replace Dewana Bonner and Alyssa Thomas. Um, but for me, I thought she was cool. I think my X factor is going to have to be someone like because we know Alyssa Thomas is going to do well as
Mm-hmm.
long as Brianna Jones is there. She's cool. Like Dewana Bonner, that's actually my X factor because last year she showed, well, hey, if you're that consistent, dog, you give me 20 points a game, you shooting efficiently enough from the 3 point line, and you're the defensive dog that you are, your team is tough to beat.
And and as I was saying, like,
But that
go
on the
ahead.
flip side too, though, I don't want to just say DeWanda Bonner because like I want to throw a guard in the mix because I've always said when the Sun have a good guard, they'll be quality. Like I thought actually if Skylar Diggins Smith went to the Sun, I thought the Sun would have been a contender. And I'm talking about last year. So and that was before the Breonna Jones injury. Like that would have been smooth. And even with the Breonna Jones injury, you still could have made it work. So for me, I do want to look at some of these guards that they have, whoever's gonna be starting for them. Tiffany Mitchell, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a nice little chance to be an X factor here. So I do want to say honorable mention Tiffany Mitchell. But Dewana right now is my leader so as X Factor solely because I do think with Brianna coming back, if we can get that Dewana back, plus Alyssa Thomas doing what she does,
Mm-hmm.
that's tough to stop. And now that also puts less responsibility on the guards. But that's why I say my X Factor for them. But you like I do hear you on the Brianna Jones part. Because leadership is important too.
It is.
So I don't want to
Yeah.
make that, I don't want to seem like I'm just like pushing aside your answer. I do hear you. I just think it's a little bit unfair, only because like she just got thrown into that leadership role and then she got injured. So I don't I think she can do it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what shakes. Let's go ahead and go on down to the Fever though. The Indiana Fever, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Oh, I'll let you go first. I'll let you go first. I was ready, but go ahead. Go ahead. Who you got?
The fear of the year, can she take that next step in her sophomore year? And I'm talking about my crush, Aaliyah Boston.
My crush, Leah
No, no,
Boston.
no, no. Like if they hit the draft right,
Mhm.
the Fever can literally be a sneaky playing team. I mean, I'd say
Well,
not
I
like,
don't. I think they had. I thought they had the talent last year to get there. That's just me personally, I guess. But I thought they had the talent to get there last year. So I don't.
but they
I
was
don't
young.
think. I thought they still had the talent. They were young, yes. But I thought they had the talent, especially when you put your X factor, your crush, Aaliyah Boston, as an All Star starter, and y'all were in the playoff ranks for quite some time,
Hmm.
and then you drop. And that's kind of tough to me. That's kind of tough to me. So I expect them to get to the playoffs, especially when my X factor I feel like has been playing pretty well, but could take it up a notch, and that's Nalissa Smith. The year before Leah Boston was drafted, she was the number 2 pick, and I tried to make a little challenge to her, saying, "Well, hey, no number 2 has ever won Rookie of the Year in the history of the WNBA."
NBA.
Obviously, we didn't win it, but you had a really good year though. So I said, well, the following season, hey, she gonna take it up a notch. And then Aaliyah came, and then it's like we were focusing on Aaliyah and kind of
Oh,
neglect, but
absolutely.
like we were neglecting Nalissa Smith too though. So I'm
Exactly.
like, I need to put now, like we need to put the spotlight on Nalissa because I hope this season she gets to the All Star ranks. I hope, or at least starts making a strong case for it. So if we can get there now, yes, we got a young team, a young, talented juggernaut team, a young team in the making, and we still don't know who they gonna draft.
That's what I'm
So
saying. Like,
but I mean, like we talking about, but I'm saying like right now though, that's who the X factor is for me, and I think it would still be Nalissa Smith for me, no matter who they draft, no matter who they draft. Like, do you think your answer would change if the Dream drafted anybody in in this draft? Would it change for you, your X factor? Because mine's not.
mine's not even.
Okay, okay. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Um, think we talked about the Fever enough. 'Cause I don't want you salivating too much talking about some Aaliyah Boston, yo crush. I ain't mad at you, but this man here. So let's move on to the New York Liberty, right? Let's move on to New York Liberty, who ironically, I guess I said one time, oh, I guess she's cute, ain't she? We got here, you know what I'm saying, the Sabrina Ionescu, and that's who I said. It was like a couple years ago. So I just want to make sure there was a tie to show that you're not the only person who's talking about the WNBA players are cute. There's a lot of WNBA players that are cute out there, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to throw that out there.
Oh, absolutely.
But they can
Absolutely.
also get a bucket too, though.
Yes, sir.
So who's your X factor for this Liberty team?
And you probably gonna, and look at me crazy. I literally would say the head coach. The head coach is the X factor to me because you went all in, all in to get bounced out in the WNBA finals.
I mean, that's the finals, though.
I
It's
mean,
like that. You say bounced out like that's like it's the first round or the play
oh
in.
no, 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 no.
I'm just saying, like bounced out in is crazy. They did win a game.
They could have went two.
They could have won it all, but like they went to the finals. They went up against an experienced team. They lost. They should have won, in my estimation, but they lost. I mean, but like to say bounced out is kind of crazy. That's all I'm saying.
But no, like my X factor is the head coach. This is your second year of the quote unquote big three. How can she? How to put this in words?
What do you like? They got over. Like, what do you need to see from this Liberty team to say that the coach? I guess they went to the finals last year,
They
bro.
did. They did.
So like you're saying the X factor, I guess. Like I didn't think coaching necessarily was the problem. I
No, no,
thought it
no,
was
no,
more
no, no,
so
no,
personnel.
no, 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 no. That's what I was going to say. Is it was nothing wrong against the head coach at all whatsoever. Is the personnel and how she uses different different lineups and like clubs and like timely moments. This is her second year with this big three. If she can make the right adjustments and let Stewie and Sabrina just be them, I truly think, and health is a problem. I truly think the Liberty can dethrone the dethrone the Aces.
I felt
If
like they had. So I'm gonna say this because like I feel like it's. I feel like they were able to do that last year. My thing is, I said this last year. John Quell is their X factor because if she's able to dominate, now you have Stewie and John Quell dominating with Sabrina, and that's a solid trio, which is what they were
this
supposed to
without
have.
Courtney,
They have Courtney, yeah, but like
okay,
I'd rather have Courtney come off the bench personally, and I said that last year too. Starting, by the way, like at the beginning of the season, I thought Courtney Vandersloot was going to come off the bench, but that's just me. Or worst case scenario, you close with Marine Johannes because Marine was actually pretty smooth,
mm-hmm.
and I want to make her my X factor halfway, but I gotta say John Quell Jones, bro. I gotta say John Quell because again, John Quell, the former MVP of the league, can come in and dominate. I personally think she's a better 3-point shooter than Asia Wilson. I think she can dominate the game better, or at least she can be more dominant than Asia Wilson. 6'6", as strong like that, and you got the touch. She gives me Joel Embiid vibes. So if we can do that, I think she could actually eclipse Brianna Stewart as the best player on that team.
I'm still going to say as Brandon as the best player on the at Liberty.
You have Sabrina as the best player on the Liberty over Stewie. That's crazy. All right, I mean that's another discussion for another day because I feel like we're gonna get a little long winded on that one. Though I feel like we did have to cover the Liberty a little bit more than the other teams, respectfully, just because again, they went to the finals. Even though he wanted, try to act like what they did was cute. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some they got bounced out. Like what? Okay, I don't no, don't even respond because by the time you respond, then I'm gonna have to respond, and we're gonna be stuck, and we're not even gonna talk about the hometown team, which is the Washington Mystics, ladies and gentlemen. So we got here all right, first and foremost, Dag, this one's kind of tough because I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say my X factor ain't even on the squad right now because it would be Elena Deladon because it's always her health. It's always her health, even though you could say Shakira Austin as well, because she's been playing pretty well too. That was her second year, even though last year she got a little injured. Shout out to you, Shakira. Hopefully you come back strong, healthy, and ready. Um, this Mystics team is looking a little bit different though now.
And also Phoenix got a former Michigan. But
I mean, I'll say this. I think our X factor, if we can play it right, might be Brittany Sykes. And maybe, just maybe, I'm being biased because she was on my spots at one point in time. And I do like myself some Brittany. But maybe the Mystics can flip her for a quality player or a solid trade package. I don't know. Like that, because Brittany, respectfully, I need you off the team because you need to be in a winning scenario. like imagine her on the Suns. The Sun might be a problem because you could throw her in the guard spot.
mm-hmm.
So, and you got Alyssa Thomas who can run point guard. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, like let's help some of these players on this team, please. And while we at it, shout out to Dee Dee Richards. You know what I'm saying? She a little cute with it, and she's on the squad. That's all I'm saying. See, you got your player, I got mine. That's all I'm saying. That's all I wanted to throw out there. Did you have an X factor?
I mean, piggyback on what you just said. Like my X factor, just like you said, is not playing this year, and it's just her health. It's it's literally point and simple like that. It literally is her health. Because if if she was healthy, I do not see not another woman in the league right now could go toe to toe with a DDD.
He doesn't mean Dee Dee Richards, just for clarification. He means EDD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Lena
DDD.
Deladon. Yeah, that's good. I heard Dee Dee, and I was like, Dee Dee? Nah, nigga. I like Dee Dee. Dee Dee cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Dee Dee, I laugh. You got to laugh. I see you. But nah, okay. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, it's a little tricky out here in these streets with the Eastern Conference Finals or with the Eastern Conference right now. Well, mainly the Mystics, but it is looking a little grim when we, I guess, talk about those teams. So the East, it does seem like the Mystics. I mean, the Liberty have a chance at getting back to the finals once more. But as you said, though, get bounced out of the finals. So I guess you got to win two more before y'all can not be, talked about a little slanderous. But ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do is take a quick hiatus, pay some bills right fast. You know what I'm saying? Might even go hoop right quick one time for the one time. Who knows? Get a quick little bucket. But we'll come back and talk about the Western Conference. So um, at least one of the teams, he'll talk about nicely because the Aces did win the championship. But you saw how he talked about the Liberty, man. That is wild. That is crazy. Yo, that is disgusting work. I'm just saying.
Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment, from the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the Titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
Hooping is an activity that can be enjoyed by all. It's a team game about getting and stopping buckets. Everyone's always rushing to the gold. Well, make sure to rush and watch Team Gold Rush, one of the best teams in the Special Olympics of Virginia. Team Gold Rush even has former NBA All-Star participants on the team. Clearly, they've struck gold. Ready to suit up and practice? I know. We talking about practice. Not a game, not a game. We talking about practice. Practice still makes perfect. So when the opponent starts hitting their shots, Team Gold Rush can bounce back due to their training. Remember, offense sells tickets and defense wins championships. Watch us get a bucket and rush for the gold. We aim to be that gold standard. So want a team where you can win and have fun? Team Gold Rush is your number one.
And we back, and we back, and we back. All right, so look, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all heard the Eastern Conference breakdown last part, right? The X Factor specifically. So, as promised, we're gonna talk about the Western Conference X Factor specifically. Chris, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Trey, you ready? No one ever asked me anything on this show, so I just figured I'd ask myself a question. So let's go ahead and start. The Dallas Wings. I'm gonna go last on this one because it's one of my favorite teams. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little biased on this one. Y'all, shout out Wings. Um, Chris, who's your X factor on this
Down,
squad?
down, down.
Just like that, huh?
Just like that.
Just like that. All right, cool. What's your reason why you got Diamond the Shields as your X factor?
It's simple. If she comes back healthy,
Uh huh.
that would take pressure off of Oh,
Enrique.
Aguirre.
Yep.
Yeah, Enrique. That was the missing piece that Dallas was lacking all season long.
Mm.
And she's coming back healthy. If she can stay healthy, now I'm not going to say they're going to beat the Aces,
Hmm.
but I damn sure well know they can give them a fit during the regular season. They can give teams fits in the regular season.
Saying their regular season team hurts, I can't hold you. That's kind of tough. Wings. I ain't saying
Playoff
that.
wise, absolutely yes. But like regular season, like Dallas is one of those teams like you cannot sleep on them no more.
I'm gonna say this. We're in agreement on the X factor, but I feel like it's a little bit different on how we view these teams.
Okay.
Um, Again, I made a whole video saying that the Wings were actually going to beat the Aces last season in the playoffs. Yeah, you ain't gotta say nothing. You ain't gotta say nothing. I felt it. I felt it. You know what I'm saying? But like, they didn't have Diamond DeShields. Aces did not have Candace Parker either. I hear that. I really truly do. But like you said, Diamond DeShields takes off so much pressure from Arike. She can give you the playmaking, or she can give you the scoring. Hell, she can defend the
Mm-hmm.
perimeter guard. Like Chelsea Gray was gonna have to worry about Diamond DeShields. She didn't have to worry about that in that series. That's a big difference. That's a big game changer. So I think Diamond DeShields is that X factor for the team. So it's just we just view them slightly different, the team as a whole. So, but you know what I'm saying? Again, maybe I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? I do like the Wings. They cool. You know, but you say they just a regular season team. Kind of hurts. Kind of hurts. But all right, that I mean it's cool. We'll talk about it another time, another day, because the other teams in the West that we gonna talk about today. So we got here the Aces. Yo Aces. You know what I'm talking about? Who's your X factor for this squad? Matter of fact, because you went first last time, daggone it. I'ma look at this squad. Let me see. Cause you know you gotta balance it out, ladies and gentlemen. We gotta have some balance out here. So I'm gonna look here at this squad. Ooh, a couple people. I'ma say though, Candace Parker might be my X factor.
Same.
And there's a bunch of players that I could have thrown in here, but I think Candace Parker is that anomaly kind of sort of. Both like we've seen what everyone is capable of.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen what they can do when
Mm-hmm.
this team was hitting, like when this team was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They looked quite juggernautish. If she's healthy, she balances the team out because she doesn't need to dominate no more.
Mm.
And she's a
No.
capable, dominant player. That's what's scary about it. So for me, I gotta say CP. And I don't want to hear no, oh, well, I'm being biased because my Sparks drafted her or whatnot. No, I genuinely
You
feel
mean
this way.
all spots drafted
I was our Sparks drafted her. You absolutely right. I said that earlier. You know what's crazy? I said that in the East, and you ain't say nothing about our Sparks. You bandwagon and oh, I hate y'all. Oh my God. But you did say you agree with me as well. So
her. I
is there
definitely.
anything additional to add from you? Or did I kind of take all the words out your mouth
You
essentially?
pretty much took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay. All right. That's cool then. That's cool then. So I like when we in agreement. That's why I said again on the wings, we had the same X factor, just a little bit different on how we view the team. But like we ain't had too much difference. So we rolling. We rolling. Um our Sparks then. We're here. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I should have let you talk first on the Aces, because daggone it, I would have liked to talk about my Sparks, our Sparks, apparently.
You
But like,
first.
no, 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 no.
You go
I'm gonna
first.
go balance wise. So I'm gonna let you go first, brother. Go ahead. They say this. They say save the best for last. So I'm gonna do that. Go ahead.
Oh God.
Do you need the roster?
Yes, please.
Okay, let me see here.
Oh, I got mine. Yep.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
So who you got for your X factor on our Sparks?
Hate me. Hate to say it, but Lexi.
Lexi. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Why Lexi out of everybody on the squad?
So this is going to be a young. I ain't gonna say it's going to be a young team this year.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the youngs that we had probably like in like 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm.
I think is can we give some just something, just something.
And you feel like Lexi is the person who's gonna give us something the best?
Even though she went to Duke, I could say yes. I
Okay.
would say yes.
I hear that because, like you said, we we tried to say this on an initial episode, and the episode kind of got messed up. But obviously, NECA did leave our Sparks, so we are kind of in flux right now. We are kind of in a weird situation. We had Candace Parker, we had NECA, now we ain't got nobody. Like nobody from our team is going to the All-Star game. I'm just saying. So we are trying to find something, like you said. I want to look at Zaya Cook. Reason why. We know Lexi can do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Zaya get in a bucket. Like I saw her defending a little bit. Like I saw her playing well. And then I think she got injured or fell out of the rotation or a
She fell
combination. But
the
I
combination.
but like I need to see some production from her. If I can, yay. Because now what that's telling me is we have a future. Because I don't know if Lexi is going to be our future. Respectfully, Lexi, you're 29. I'm hoping you leave for yourself. Like respectfully, it's nothing slanderous at all. I would keep Ray Burrell over you because I need you to get a championship or fight for one. She ain't doing that with us, like you just
Oh
said.
no.
We're looking to find something.
Right.
So like, I ain't gonna hold you halfway, being a little selfish. Talk about some. Hey, we need something. I need Lexi to do it. Like, Lexi, I just need you to not be injured. That's it. Like, please, and show the girls how to play basketball. Be a quality leader. That's what I expect from Lexi. But Zaya Cook would be my X factor. But you are 100% right, man. We could have literally picked anybody on the list because right now, brother, we just trying to find something. Like honestly, our draft pick might be our X factor coming up. So like
Not one but two.
yeah, like we may have to revisit this X Factor conversation for the Sparks, but I am like again, we are in agreement. Uh, which is we've been in agreement at least decently on the Western side. Let's see if that continues. Let's see if that continues. We 3 for 3 right now. Yeah, 2.5 for two point
Okay.
five out of three.
Okay.
2.5 out of three.
Okay. I can take
Um,
that. I can
now
take that.
yeah, now we got here the links. We got here the links. Uh, mm, I'm just gonna say my X Factor is the same as it was last year. Diamond Miller,
Yes.
like without question, because I know what Nafisa Collier is going to give me. She's the
Mm-hmm.
star of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to say Kawhi Leonard, like, but sometimes I get a Kawhi Leonard like
Moment.
vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Moment
Like,
from her. Right.
yeah, like sometimes I get that feel. I need to see what Diamond can do. And Diamond showed me a lot of things last year. I was impressed with Diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like now, okay, well, this is your second year. So, like, where do you belong amongst the WNBA ranks now? Where's your trajectory going to go? So, if she can give me a comparable two option to Nafisa Collier, this Lynx team has proven to be quite tough, quite tough. So, I got to go with Diamond Miller as my two option, who, by the way, they drafted number 2. Who's your option?
Same as you.
That's your X Factor?
Same as you.
Okay. So Diamond's your X factor. There's nobody. Okay, I mean that's fair. That's see we still on the same page. Shout out to Courtney Williams as well
Yes.
because I
Yes.
do I do like her, especially if she can come off the bench. She can end with the squad. She also showed last year on the Sky too. She can play make. So I tip of the cap to you, Courtney. You could make some noise for X factor on this team as well. I will say that, but we both say Diamond Miller for this squad.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. So next team, Phoenix Mercury. Who you got?
Diana.
DT?
As much as they hate for me to say this.
DT is your X factor? That's tough. What makes What makes her your X factor out of everybody on the roster? Like, can she just relax at this point, bro? You putting a lot of pressure on DT. She about 30. She about 57.
Do she have one more running her left? Do she literally have one more quality run left in her? And you, minus you lost Skylar, you pretty much got everybody else back. And you was like one of the only teams that can literally can give the aces fits. If they can just stay healthy, I mean, bona fide healthy, I can see one more running her, and I mean one good more running her.
So if she has a good run in her, then the Mercury are contenders for you. But if not, then you don't believe so. That's kind of crazy.
I would
So
say playing.
so I look at the Mercury as an interesting team. Like the WNBA got a lot deeper over this free agency period. Um, my X factor is Kalia Copper. I know what I'm
That was
gonna.
going to be my second one.
I know what BG is gonna give me. I know what DT is gonna give me. It's
Absolutely.
gonna be a sporadic 30 ball or a casual 13, but she's gonna sneak in some assists too. You lost Skyler, bringing in someone like Copper, that takes the pressure off DT. So if I got BG still being BG as my one option, Kalia Copper as my second option, I've seen what that looks like. Shout out Chicago Sky. Like I've seen what that looks like. And Brittany Griner could be the most dominant player in the WNBA. So I can't imagine Kalia Copper not being able to put in work on this team. I can't. Especially when you got someone like DT to worry about, someone like Sophie Cunningham to worry about, to take off, like again, as just shooters. So that's a little pressure you got to take off as well. Or you're just going to live with them shooting the ball, which can get dangerous. Because then you got BG to rebound. So a lot of stuff hinges on, hey, Kalia Copper being aggressive, being able to play make a little bit more, and being able to defend. Like you remember how Diamond DeShields helped take that Mercury team to the playoffs a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm.
I need to see that same level of play from Kalia Copper. And also Natasha Clouds there as well.
That was definitely was going to be like my actual X factor. But hey,
So I mean, I would like for me, you said DT and then you said Kalia as your I guess runner up
yeah,
X Factor. I'm saying Kalia Copper is my X Factor and Natasha Cloud is my runner up. So we have a similarity. You had Natasha as your third, but I don't have pressure on DT. I just need DT to shoot the ball and play basketball. I need Diana Taurasi. I don't need DT. You feel me?
I feel
Like
that part.
it's almost like if Kobe was on a team like a solid squad where you have a you don't I don't need him to be Kobe no more. I just need you to be Kobe Bryant. That's it. Like just be a regular player, bro. Just play basketball. I don't need that from DT. So that's why I say Kalia Cop is my X factor. But we got some similarities, but that was the first time though where we it was a close one. It was a close one. I'll give us 0.25. I'll give us 0.25 for that
I
one.
take that.
Seattle Storm. Who's your X factor? Who's your X factor for this one?
Necker.
Mm.
Love you, girl. But yeah, Necker.
Why is NECA your X factor?
Can she translate from being in LA for like majority of her career to going to a a brand new a brand new city? I guess you could say a contender team. A contender team. Can she give Seattle the same production like she gave us Sparks fans for all of them years.
Well, I think she can actually. I disagree with you on the X factor. My X factor, and I'm kind of torn right now. Ezzy Magbagor or or Horston. I need I need quality play from both of y'all. And Ezzy, you gave me that last year. Jordan, you gave me that last year in spurts, but you were also a rookie. I see a lot of talent out of both of y'all, and it's scary what this Storm team could actually become. I remember last year saying that the Wings would beat the Aces, and I have that same feeling about the Storm right now. You said NECA going to the team. Will she be able to translate? I do think so. Like, that's not a question for me. They got Jewel Lloyd. I'm actually wondering if Jewel will be able to be an efficient scorer. Because last year she had the green light. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
she was able to all night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now implementing Skylar Diggins Smith. Well, she got to get some shots too. NECA got to get some shots too. Ezzy was playing pretty well last year. Well, like someone's gonna have to lose out on the scoring and defend. They're gonna have to hustle. I don't want NECA doing that because she can score. She can give me 20 consistently, proven,
Intent.
certified.
Intent.
So that's why I say I gotta look at Jordan or Ezzy. Because out of everybody on that starting five, those are the two that are gonna have to sacrifice the most of their game.
Yes.
And if you do that and do it well, be a star in your role, but still be the same player that you are, this Storm team could get back to their championship ways very soon. And now we got to start looking at Brianna Stewart the way we look at Kevin Durant. Because if they win before you do, that's tough. Because you could have stayed and played with Ezzy just last year. And then you could have got Skylar.
Mm-hmm.
And now what happens? Or you could have gotten NECA. And now what happens?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, if those two play well for me, I think good things will come out of this team. I'm expecting everybody else to play well. I'm expecting everybody else to do what they do. But I mean, I hear you on the NECA thing too. Like I said, I just believe wholeheartedly she's gonna translate pretty well.
I believe too, but just like you said, you going to a different team, but not just like a regular team. You going into a team that was one of the worst teams last year to literally become a contender just like that. And as soon as they got Skylar, I'm like, her and Lloyd's about to have themselves a field day.
Yeah.
The question is, could Lloyd help out? Could Lloyd help out Skylar? And could Skylar help out Lloyd?
You said Lori?
I mean, Lloyd.
Oh, Lloyd. I was about to say, who's Lori? Okay, okay. And also, one thing you mentioned in the Eastern Conference, you said something about the coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the coach of this team, they love her. They play for her hard. So I think seeing that with Skylar, that might bring out something in Skylar. That might bring out something in NECA. So I'm curious to see what this Storm team is going to look like. But definitely my X factors are going to play pretty well. I'm still just trying to figure out which one I want to land on as my true X factor because it's a 50-50 ball right now for both of them. So, but I mean that's all we got right now, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of the WNBA. Hope you all enjoyed this one. We will be coming back with more sports content. You know what I'm saying? We talk about NBA, WNBA, NFL, trying to get more into MLB. I was told actually, Chris, not to bet on baseball. So I was like, "Dag, how am I going to be studying it as hard as I want to?" You know what I'm saying? It's kind of tough. But we're going to be trying to cover all sports. Hell, water polo if we got it. You know what I'm saying? But please, actually, did you have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate you as always, babe. Appreciate you as always. And we'll be coming consistently we'll be doing this consistently. So, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell anybody about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. This is my guy, Chris. Hope you all have a good one. Take care.
you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.